So this is not WWE 2K, but this is like way better in so many ways. So Peacock, who streams all of the WWE Premium Live events, they put together this gameplay moment, this RPG style moment for WWE with the scenario of the Bloodline at the Royal Rumble with Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. It's full voiceover work of the moment itself in WWE, where Roman Reigns is telling Sami to turn on Kevin Owens and hit him with the chair. But everything you see has all of these RPG elements. It's allowing you to take control of Sami Zayn. There's a mini map in the corner. You can toggle and change which weapon you want to use against Kevin Owens. You can seemingly press a different button to change which weapon you want to use against Roman Reigns, from the baseball bat, we got a skateboard, the steel chair, or your fists. And then it gives you a warning and you hit Roman Reigns with a quick time event. And then they play out the rest of the scenario with the Bloodline and Jimmy and Jay. There's a lot to consider here because, number one, the models look really good for this. I mean, you've got the health bars in the corners, the different camera angles, you got the curved ramp for the Royal Rumble, which 2K doesn't even give us. So no, this is not 2K24, and they're not gonna put this together, but it leaves a lot of questions open. Also, where did this kind of come from? Where did this stem from? If we go back a ways to 2022, Stephanie McMahon at the time, she discussed during the financial call that they were working on putting together a WWE RPG game. So back in May of 2022, Stephanie McMahon said the following: WWE recently signed a new deal in the role-playing game space that will be announced soon. WWE Chief Brand Manager Stephanie McMahon said during the call, "We also continue to evaluate the metaverse, both walled garden environments that already exist as well as decentralized properties. Look to hear more in the coming months." And we didn't hear anything about this for a whole year. Nothing else has come out regarding an RPG game. Now, a lot has happened over the last year plus with WWE merging with Endeavor, becoming TKO, a lot of shakeups. Stephanie McMahon is gone, but I do kind of wonder if this is what they were working on. What's interesting too is what this can mean for future little game moments that you can play through and play out, even just through Peacock itself, because this is probably not the last one that they're going to do of this. This thing has 500,000 views already, and it just came out on December 25th. It's a really clever idea that even if it is a small 30-second thing that someone can play through on their TV, on their device, relive really big, cool moments in WWE, tie it into key moments like the Royal Rumble of last year, and we have the Rumble coming up this year. It's an added layer of fun for people that have the network through Peacock, and it makes all of us players of 2K just extremely jealous. But they could go back and do any moment, and they probably have a bunch that are going to be outlined for what they want to capture. This kind of goes a little hand in hand too with what Netflix has been doing on their platform when it comes to games and mobile games. What's interesting is that if I go on my phone, I can log into Netflix and I can play Grand Theft Auto and a bunch of mobile games, SpongeBob, some card games. They're making a giant push in the mobile game experience. And where they can, they tie in some of the properties that they have licensed to the mobile games, so you can play there, and it's just expanding what they're doing on these streaming platforms. So I kind of have a feeling that Peacock would be going down a similar path with this by giving us these small little gameplay experiences like the Royal Rumble footage, being able to play that on a platform. It's another reason, another added value thing for people when they sign up for it. If they're big WWE fans, they're going to want to be able to get their hands on this again, even if it's for a short little experience. Once they develop and release a bunch of them, you kind of have a whole catalog of these little RPG experiences that you can play through, unless they do something where it's going to expand beyond just what we saw with the Royal Rumble clip and they go in for a much bigger experience overall. I don't know, but it's fascinating to see them release this on Christmas. By the way, happy holidays to all of you. And I don't know about you, but for me, playing the 2K games for so long, it's incredibly refreshing to see what is possible in the gaming space with a wrestling property, with a WWE property, because we're so used to our showcases, career modes, and things of that nature, and some have been really great. And the last couple though, with 22 and 23, been very bland and very, very narrow and just not very fun for me anyways. I see something like this that has the voiceover work, also gives you the really cool ability to kind of dictate what you're going to do. How are you going to react? Even a subtle thing of which weapon are you going to use? It's some control in the player's hand. If 2K adopted something like this, it would refresh that showcase mode, that career mode element completely. And if you freeze on the moment where Sami Zayn has the chair, you can see that there is the indicator of pointing at Kevin Owens, or you can shuffle over and point at Roman Reigns, seemingly giving you the option to select who are you going to hit. What would be really fantastic in a 2K game is to have this element, these big monumental moments in WWE storylines where you can kind of pick and choose your own adventure seemingly. And if I hit Kevin Owens, what would be the fallout to that? Even if they did something on 2K's end where you hit Kevin Owens and then it results in all of this pre-built gameplay stuff where they build out their own game scenario of you hit Kevin Owens, you turned on him, you stayed with the bloodline. Give us some in-game cutscenes and moments like that that they have crafted, because we don't have the actual footage, and you can play through a couple of matches and create a different storyline path. It also creates so much replayability. It would be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. It also says for me, as a wrestling fan and with the 2K games, that this is what I'm missing. I'm missing that voiceover work. I'm missing the actual moments in the ring that are happening, the dialogue between the wrestlers or the commentary being there and putting over the moment. The Bloodline story is very special leading up until like now, where it's been a lot of that in-ring dialogue, all of the chatter of Roman Reigns, the moments at the Royal Rumble with Sami, playing through that, hearing what's going on. It's been like the cinema for WWE for the last 3 years of Roman Reigns being the tribal chief. And I don't know what they're gonna do with showcase mode in the next year. It could just be Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, something very generic where it's gonna be like 23, play through their key moments, and that's the end. It would just be really awesome if it was next year or the year after, even then in 2K25, that they looked at something like this for inspiration and thought, we can retool the entire experience. Why not revisit, for example, the Bloodline storyline where you have 3 years of story that you could pull from, and you could play as Jimmy and Jay and Sami, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, all the Bloodline tag team matches, and have so much story to work with and play through to redo and replay these huge moments and these huge experiences. For 2K24 showcase mode, I don't think we get anything crazy different and new. I think it's going to be much of the same. I hope I'm pleasantly surprised and they do something completely different, new, fresh, but because it's just annualized and they have like 8 months of development time, they don't have the time available for the developers, I think, to be able to do something completely revamped, renew. It would take a lot more time to be able to put something like this together with the depth that this has. And if WWE and Peacock, if they can flush out the catalog with this, they'll have a really fun experience, because just looking at it makes me want to play it and see what else they could do. So would you play this? I would. I want to give this a shot right now. But for 2K24, we are looking at getting the reveal at right around the time of the Royal Rumble as well. Last year's game, we got snippets and little bite-sized reveals leading up to the Royal Rumble. I think about a week before it actually came out, you get the small little teaser trailer during the Royal Rumble. It's very, very likely we're going to see the exact same thing again. And then once we get past the Royal Rumble and we're into February, then it's all hands on deck, and we should be getting all of the details regarding the game dev diaries, screenshots, maybe a few extra trailers. Stay tuned for the Royal Rumble because it's probably gonna come up at that time. And if you guys want more information regarding 2K24 and what's going on, click onto these videos right here. It'll help you out a lot. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope it was a good one. I'll see you in the next one.